What's poppin', BSNians? Welcome to part 3 of my Green Lantern arc, Domino Effect. When we last left, he had given a new ring to Lolita to decide if she wanted to join the Lantern Corps. Meanwhile, he had gone on, fake killed Hal Jordan to lure out one of the suppliers of the synthetic lanterns that were powering these weapons that people were using to fire off of willpower that was driving them crazy and making them psychotic living weapons. So here we are. Part 3 then opens up with the image or the video playing of a younger John Stewart giving lessons and explanation on ring use and general Green Lantern philosophy. We pull out a little bit, we see his Lolita watching the video that he had transferred her or given her access to through his ring. And so she's watching, you know, or if it's a comic book, we're reading it as she watches him. And then at the end, she's like, well, guess it can't hurt. All we do is see a single panel of her sliding her finger into the ring. Cut to John Stewart. He has successfully navigated his way into getting a new synthetic battery. He goes to his secret hideout spot, takes it all apart, deconstructs it, recognizes several pieces, goes to one planet, and it's like, okay, this is some of the pieces, go to another planet. But then he goes all the way deep into the composition of the synthetic battery, and he recognizes a distinct piece of telepathic technology from insert planet name here. He's like, oh my God, that's where I'm gonna find the dude who's originating all of this. So he takes off. Cut back to Lolita. It's an all black background and she's saying the Green Lantern oath in Spanish. And when she gets to the last line in Spanish where it's like Green Lantern's light, the whole thing lights up and she's in the classic Green Lantern uniform. However, she hates it. She thinks it looks stupid. So she uses the ring's power to rearrange her outfit to have the Puerto Rican flag somewhere on it, and she makes it vastly more stylish, including giving herself hoop earrings that say "Pa'lante siempre pa'lante." Cut back to John Stewart. Basically, all of his deducing and hunting down has led him to the supplier. And so they have a big drag out, knockdown, bang 'em up battle. Problem is, this dude activates all his synthetic lanterns at the same time, going ultimate insane, but giving him crazy power. And so they're battling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But while they're battling, John Stewart realizes these are synthetic lanterns, not necessarily synthetic batteries. The synthetic lanterns are being fueled from a source, and then he thinks about, oh, this dude is the battery for all the synthetic lanterns that he was making. And then John realizes he's presented with a horrible, horrible decision. Because of course, if you want to take the rings offline, if you want to make the lanterns useless, you have to destroy the battery. No battery, no power, no lantern. So then the fight kicks up a notch and it becomes very sad and tragic. But John Stewart's a soldier, and ultimately he does what a soldier must do, and he kills the guy. Immediately upon killing him, all of the folks connected to him through his synthetic lanterns go extra crazy, and they kind of like expose themselves all over the galaxy. And so the Lantern Corps are able to like sweep them up, because essentially what had begun to happen is it wasn't just that they were going crazy, it's that the synthetic lantern had become a power source that they were like addicted to. It was also partially like a drug, and so they were violently ripped away from it. So they just snapped. Green Lantern Corps swooped them all up. Hal and the Guardians go to John Stewart like, hey, thank you so much. You just saved the galaxy. And John Stewart hits him with them pimp lines. I'm Green Lantern. What else was I supposed to do? So then we cut to the skies above the Bronx. Lolita is floating there. John Stewart flies over. He sees obviously that she's flying with the ring. He says, oh, I see you decided to join us. She says, only on my terms. He says, of course. And she looks introspective. She says, you know, I do think I can do a lot of good with this ring. Not just here, but also on the island. But in order to make sure I can actually do that well, John understands. He says, I need practice. He says, look, you can be my partner, my teammate, for as long as you want to be. I'm not trying to control you in any way, shape, or form. And when you feel like you've reached the level that you want to reach, you can go off solo and do what it is you feel like you need to do. And she goes, deal. And that concludes the Domino Effect arc and leads into the Lolita John Stewart Team Up Green Lantern book. Woo! thank y'all for rocking with me for this 3-part installment of the Green Lantern series that I would do if I was given a whole bucket of money. You know what I mean? I'll catch y'all next time.